Hey, what's going on, guys? Harry here again for the second week of my meet prep leading into the next competition I'm doing in New Jersey in the middle of November. So this is, again, the second week, and this is 8 weeks out from the meet. So slowly just bringing up the intensity of pretty much all my lifts on both my hypertrophy days and my strength days. These squats weren't feeling too good. This was 5 sets of 7. The relative intensity is a little bit lower than I'm used to, and that's an approach that my coach Joe is taking for me for this prep. So the intensity for the number of reps that I'm doing is a little bit lower, but that's also why we're doing 5 sets of 7 instead of something more like 3 or 4 sets of 7, just because the fatigue accumulated like per set is a little bit lower. So one thing on these squats that Joe noticed, because I've never really recorded from this angle. Now that I'm living back in New Jersey, I'm training at a different gym, so I'm able to record myself more from the front angle. And I do have a bit of like a knee valgus on my squats, just like my knees caving in a bit. So he wanted me to think about the cue of pushing more off the like outsides of my foot, just to try and keep my knees out a little bit. But I think that the reason that my knees cave in, or they appear to cave in as I come up from like out of the hole, is because my hips have to like externally rotate a little bit more, and my knees have to be pushed out a little bit more in order for me to sit comfortably in the bottom position. And then as I start to come up, my knees come in maybe an inch or two just to like the most powerful position for me, and they don't really cave in any more than that, to the point where they're like almost touching, which, not that my knee valgus was ever that bad, but it used to be a lot worse than it is now. So squats in general this week didn't really feel too good. The weight felt heavy. My body weight has been right around like 197, 198, and my daily calories are about like 2,400, so I'm still dieting just a little bit. Again, I want to compete at about like 195 or 194, whatever 88 kilograms is. Just set that number in my mind because it's kind of the middle between the two weight classes, 83 kilograms and 88 kilograms, and 93 kilograms. So just want to feel better in general and be a little bit leaner. So I think it's a good goal for this meet. So bench press felt really good. This was my strength day, 265 pounds for an easy set of 3. Again, the relative intensity is low, so it's not like RP 9 or 8 set. This was even, I think I called this like a 7.5. So overall things here are feeling really good and really have nothing to complain about. I'm just looking forward to getting to working with higher intensities and seeing how that moves, especially now that I've moved my grip width in and everything, and finally figured out leg drive, and I've been really consistent with that. I feel, even though I'm only doing competition bench once a week, the other day is the dumbbell bench press for my hypertrophy work. So in general, yeah, I'm really happy with the way that bench is moving, and every day that I bench, which is just like Tuesdays once a week, it feels really good. I know that I promised you guys that I would try to vlog a little bit more. I did record like one random clip, which you guys will see later on in the video, but I need to be better about it and just like record some of the food and stuff I'm eating and what I'm doing throughout the day, because I know that videos that are like training only can get a little bit boring. Another thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, besides like the training and stuff, is Frank and I kind of want to order some new t-shirts with our Bodybuilding Bros Synergy Training logo, like the original logo with the ice cream cone on top, the bodybuilder and powerlifter, like the triangle. And we're thinking about doing the same shirts that we made like 2 years ago, with just like a plain solid color t-shirt with the logo in the middle. But we're also thinking about doing like a competition style t-shirt that you could wear underneath the singlet. So we'd have like the logo on the sleeve maybe, and then something like up by the neckline just so you could see it if you wear a singlet over it. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. It's just something that we've been thinking about, because it'd be cool for us to wear and have for our online clients, like our athletes, that they could wear during competition too. So here were my squat strength day This weight felt a little heavy. This was 420 for triple. This was like the highest RPE strength day that I had all week between squat, bench, and deadlift. And the intensity and everything is the same. Just that squats, I guess, are feeling a little bit heavier with the decrease in body weight and food over the last few months. But overall, I'm still really happy with this. I'm planning on maintaining my weight for like the last 4 weeks, so I still have 4 more weeks of just dieting a little bit. It really doesn't feel like I'm dieting. I still feel really good just because I'm really training focused at this point, and I don't want to get to the point like during bodybuilding contest prep and even diets before I did my contest prep where I was just like so food focused and my training really went to crap, and that's definitely not something I want to do. I really want to stay as focused 100% on my training, and if I need some more food on a someday, like if I feel like I need a refeed psychologically, I'm going to take it. And as long as the my weight loss trend is continually going down, then I'm happy with that progress. Just want to keep feeling good. So these were pause deadlifts that I have been doing now for the last 2 weeks, and these really didn't feel too good. I was trying to keep my chest up a little bit higher just to keep my back straighter on these, but I was feeling just a little bit uncomfortable after the squats. Set a timer for 4 minutes.
Okay, 4 minutes and counting.
First day of fall. So moving into the next training day here, these were pause squats. These actually felt the best out of any of my squat training for the week. Like I said, on my hypertrophy and strength day, the weight just felt kind of heavy. This did feel heavy, but a little bit better. And pause squats I find to be really comfortable and allow me to get like a good stretch in my legs and hips and just like feel better in general. My hips have been bothering me a little bit, so I've been making sure to foam roll that and everything before I train. I've also been doing for my warm-up before like every training day is 3 sets of 10 for air squats, 3 sets of 5 for just body weight pull-ups just to get all those muscles like firing properly, and then 3 sets of 10 on push-ups just to make sure that my entire body is like feeling activated and ready to go. I don't really do much foam rolling or anything like that pre-workout. Another thing I'll do before I train is do a lot of internal and external rotation for my shoulder just to get my rotator cuff and everything warmed up and make sure that's feeling good, because like I've mentioned in probably all of my videos lately that I've had issues there, and I really don't want that issue to come back and don't want to have any pain or anything in my training, just so that I can get the most out of it. Just using this technique day to focus on my cues as much as possible. So bringing my chest up and bringing my traps like up to the ceiling is one of the cues I like to think about, just to make sure that I don't turn my squat into a good morning. Now I've been focusing on pushing my knees out and pushing off like the lateral side of my feet just to make sure that I don't have any issues with my knees caving in too much. But like I said, I don't think it's that much of a problem, but definitely something I can work on. So dumbbell bench press here. This is my second bench day. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm only doing competition bench once a week, and these feel so good. Again, with the shoulder issues I've had, I love this movement, and I wish that I could do this all the time instead of having to do competition bench, just because it feels so much better on my shoulders and everything than barbell bench press does. I like to tuck my elbows a little bit on this movement like you guys saw last week in my dumbbell overhead press. This next clip here you can see from more of like a forward angle. You can see that I tuck my elbows just a little bit, and I really keep more of like a mix between a barbell fixed like a pronated grip and a neutral grip. So I have the dumbbells pretty much at like a 45-degree angle, and that just feels most comfortable for me and allows me to, I feel, use like the most of my chest and a little bit less of my shoulders and probably more of my triceps, since my elbows are coming pretty narrow and close to my body. But yeah, that's a really good movement. These were 100-pound dumbbells for my last set or two here for a few sets of 7, which I was really happy with the way that those were moving. So last training day of the week, this was Saturday, and deadlift strength work. So my top set was 510 pounds for a set of 3, and this moved like incredibly well compared to the squats earlier in the week, which were probably like an RPE 8.5. These I would consider like a 7 or 7.5 or less, and really happy with the way that deadlifts are moving. They really haven't had like I haven't noticed like any strength loss there from cutting down from 210 to where I'm at now, which is like 197, 198. So I'm happy with the way that those are moving and feeling. I think I want to go for the for the open state record for the 93 kilogram class for New Jersey State, which is 623. I think I'd need to pull for the state record. So we'll see how the rest of my training goes up to this meet. Really, my only goal is to hit a big Wilks total, improve my Wilks by at least like 5 or 10 points, and I'm really not too concerned about what numbers I hit specifically on the squat, bench, and deadlift. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to give it a like if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.